Why is someone good at something? Why do they understand something? The whys are very important when it comes to improving at anything as open-ended and expressive as Smash. That open-endedness allows for near limitless personalization of someone's playstyle and how their play looks visually, which is the beauty and fun of this game, but the open-endedness can also lead some players to feel more limited because they don't know where to start when they want to improve. Something that I find to be criminally underused for improving at Smash is taking a look at yourself and your own gameplay. The absolute biggest, and for what I've seen, least used part of improvement is watching or paying attention to your own gameplay and asking why things happen. Asking questions gives you multiple possible answers. Multiple possible answers gives you direction for what to experiment with. Direction gives you new perspective on a situation and how to view it. And one perspective can open your mind up to another one or more for different situations. For example, a Mario player sees that his approaches always get stuffed out because the opponent anti-airs his back air. The Mario player asks himself what he can change about his short hop approaches to avoid getting stuffed out and losing. A question. He comes to 3 conclusions or multiple possible answers. He can mix up his jump timing or throw in empty hops. He can run straight along the ground to catch the opponent jumping. Or he can use FLUDD to push the opponent off stage when they try to anti-air him. The Mario player now knows that he needs to work on his approach game, being his direction, because the approaches might be too linear, and he has worked out solutions on how. After some more thinking, the Mario also gains a new perspective on his previous actions. All of them are with the intention to move forward and apply pressure to the opponent, but he can mix that up too. He can move forward enough to incentivize, or bait, an action out of his opponent, and then move backwards or stop moving forwards to get a whiff punish. Now that he has considered that he can do that himself, he notices that everyone else can do the same or similar things, so he is ready to fight more players of a higher skill level. This is an example of multiple perspectives. Because Mario figured out why the opponent always anti-airs him, being the constant short hop back airs, that means that he now has the answers he needs to be able to work on improving his approaches, which were the problem. Mario is improving in a way that matters to him specifically. Improvement being case by case is something that most players don't fully understand when they ask for advice from top players on how to improve or when they're trying to grind to get better. It is for this reason play a lot is general advice, which is true because you do need to play a lot to improve a sizable amount, even with this mindset. But a better way to phrase it would be play a lot while searching for problems and solutions. But still, asking a random top player how you specifically can improve is like asking a random math tutor what you're doing wrong, when they haven't even ever seen you attempt to solve a problem before. They need to see your process and attempts so they can critique them and give advice, because anything else wouldn't be directly useful to you. This hypothetical Mario player strengthened his game plan and made it more flexible. He increased his understanding of how to adapt and make educated guesses in approaching situations, and on top of that, he now has a new perspective on approaches and can start implementing bait and punish to add more depth to his game plan. This kind of thought process is the secret to improving, and it can be applied to every interaction you play, no matter if you win, lose, or disengage from it. Seriously, watch a VOD of yours or play a match, and when the opponent hits you, think about what specific actions you took and what specific actions the opponent took that led up to you getting hit. Did they keep calling out your dashes? Maybe that dash is built into a habit you have to spam grabs or grounded combo starters after safe aerials. But you can use their anticipation of you doing the dash against them, and like I covered in my last video, call out or react to their action and use any part of it against them, whether it be a direct punish, reading what they do afterwards, or taking stage advantage to pressure them into doing something to get out of the corner. Do you keep losing unreactable close quarters combat situations out of shield? Perhaps you keep choosing the same option and are frequently giving up neutral because you aren't adapting to your opponent or mixing up. That was going over improvement with just your own gameplay. But some are probably thinking by now, what about learning from the top players? They're the ones doing something right, aren't they? One comparison for this question can be made to art. People will consider a professional artist to be much better than just the average person who draws with pencil and paper once or twice a month, if that. just as people consider players like MKLeo, Gluttony, or Spargo to be better than the average Smash player. The artists are considered better, but in most cases, it's not like the artist has some capability in their hands that no normal person could achieve. Again, going back to how open-ended this game is, the difference between most players and top players isn't some ability that only the chosen ones can have. Just like art, you can learn from other players in Smash. That average person who's determined to be a better artist could look at their favorite artist's work and find out what makes them different, and what details make drawings look better. Going about it this way means paying a lot of attention to, as I said, what details make their gameplay different and better. Finding subtle things that you can see top players do and trying to work those subtle things into your gameplay in the way you perceive to be best or most appropriate is how you can learn from watching other players play. Learning from top players is great, and I recommend trying to pull or analyze something from some of your character's best players, but the top player isn't you, they don't have your specific playstyle, and you can't have theirs. So draw inspiration if you want to, but do not focus yourself on being them and copying their exact playstyle. Chances are anyway that they're trying to change their own playstyle and improve too. They're not NPCs or non-moving obstacles. Asking questions about your own or someone else's gameplay, finding reasons along with possible answers to problems, and then slowly and reasonably implementing them into your game will keep you improving at a steady pace, given you dedicate yourself to noticing interactions that happen mid-game and are able to adapt and change accordingly, which just takes some practice to get better at. That's all getting better conceptually is, really. Finding situations that you can improve upon, finding ways to frame those situations, and then going and thinking about what options you have with your character that could be used to win or leave those situations, with a bit of guesses and risk-reward knowledge to improve decision-making sprinkled in there, which is basically just knowing what actions you can do that are safe and when to do them or not. Getting started with adopting this kind of mindset is a whole lot easier said than done, but once you start interpreting things in new ways, you'll most likely start having fun with it. Hopefully, you'll take every loss as a new opportunity to learn. That is the main takeaway for my point here though. Embrace your losses. See every small loss as an opportunity to improve your understanding of this game. Doing this will lead to an open mindset, which is what you need. If you aren't open to new ideas and have a fixed mindset, you can spend 100 times longer than someone with an open mind to achieve the same improvement, or sometimes even less. But for now, I will leave it at that for this topic. I hope my viewpoint at least helped you get closer to your path of improvement, or just some motivation.